Name of my studio is Sakebi, which in English means Call of the Dragon. And I do pottery and blacksmithing right now. I lived in Japan for 18 years, and that's where I started pottery. That's where I took my first class over there with a Japanese master, and I did pottery for close to 15, 16 years over there. And I just decided I wanted to give the studio a funky name and Call of the Dragon. I make lots of dragons. My average day, there is no average day. There really isn't. An average day in the studio, it depends. If I come in and I don't have anything ready to fire or whatever, we start on the wheel. Just get some clay wedged up, get it prepared, and then I take it to the wheel, work things. You can see some of the things that I've done back there. And then they have to dry, about half dry, then I can trim them, finish them up. And then they just need to completely dry before they can be fired. So some days I'll come in, I'll have fired things that are ready to be glazed. So I'll bring everything out of the kiln in the morning, glaze those, throw them back in the kiln, get back on the wheel and do stuff. With the blacksmithing, the forge is at home, it's not here in the studio. Sometimes I'll have a half day, I'll get the kiln going, get that started, and head home and start doing stuff in the forge. Actual hands-on time for something simple like this, it's, it may be a matter of minutes. When you're working on something like this with a little bit of the dragon tail coming out of it, this part is done on the wheel, but then this part is hand formed, so that takes more time. Some of the bigger sculptures I have will take hours and hours to do. I love doing the dragons, so it's just kind of like whatever, and my dragons are kind of fun and playful, so I like to have them doing different things, like just peeking out of an egg like that. It's just, to me, I like doing that kind of stuff. You have these snowmen here, which these I call the melting snowmen. So the inspiration is I just like to have fun. I would say that, and a lot of my stuff has a Japanese aesthetic to it. I'm still learning. Every day. I hate centering on the wheel. There's certain aspects of it just are a little more difficult, but like I said, I started in Japan. I had a year-long formal class, and the rest of it was pretty much self-taught. I worked with another Japanese potter for 15 years in the second place I lived in Japan, and just learning from him, and that was it. Just trial. Some of it's trial and error. What I like about art is that sometimes I can combine things. It's not just because I'm doing clay doesn't mean I can't combine it with steel. Like there are a few of my pieces, my clay pieces, that have steel. That some of the dragons have steel earrings and other things. So it's kind of fun sometimes to combine it and do something different. I just hope they appreciate that it's handmade, that it's not mass manufactured, and that it just strikes something in their heart that they really like that piece, and I think a lot of people do. I get a lot of repeat customers.